Alright, you guys, I'm back again with another video. This one is from a commenter by the name of Cstep100. Hey, shout yourself out in the comments section for this video. Um, and so he basically wanted to have a video about Zion Williamson and his health. And, as I tell any of you guys, especially my subscribers, uh, I have no problem doing videos by request. If you want them, just let me know. Um, and if I can't do the videos, either I'll have to do it at a later date because I don't have the knowledge, or um, maybe I'm too busy. But usually, 9 times out of 10, if it's something I've already similarly talked about on the channel or whatever, I kind of already know a little bit. But this one I'll have an issue with. So Zion Williamson and his health. So obviously, Zion missed a lot of games last season, pretty much more than half the season, um, just because of the knee issue. And he came back. Obviously, he wasn't in playing shape and all this other stuff, and I get it. All these other restrictions that the front office put on him for playing. And so, we get to the bubble after the 3 months or so layoff, and he doesn't look that good. So here we are. This season, he's played pretty much every game, um, and no apparent issues so far. The one of the possible knocks on him was his weight, his playing weight, and to that point, we even got Karl Malone recently coming out talking about Zion and his weight. Here's my thing, guys. Right, I'm 100% behind LeVar Ball. And you're like, behind LeVar Ball? What does he have to do with this? Um, if you guys aren't aware, LeVar Ball talked about Zion's size and weight. Um, I want to say it was on Undisputed, but I think he may have also been asked this question um, in another interview about the team somewhere else, like somebody who may be on YouTube or have some kind of podcast or something. I don't know. But, I'm with LeVar Ball on this. LeVar Ball basically said, we need to stop trying to stereotype Zion and his weight as if it's something that, we've seen before, because it's not. He was basically saying, look, that just may be who he is. He may just be I'm gonna say it this way for lack of a better term, a big country nigga. He's like a big old country boy, and he just may be one of those big. That may be what his body is normal for. His body may be better apt to deal with that than say most normal humans. He may be like LeBron, who can do the stuff that LeBron can do that most other humans can't. And so I'm with LeVar on this. Look, I don't think we should trip about Zion's playing weight based on, you know, data for the average human, because he's clearly not. Who knows? We may get a couple years in his career that it may be a problem, and, it is what it is. But let's be honest, some things are genetics. I've never seen Zion's father, stepfather, or mother, so I don't know whether if anybody in their or his family tree, so I don't know. But that 285, weight he's at might be average or normal for him. It may not be him having to do anything substantial. He never really truly lifted weights. He was just cock diesel. That's just what it is. And that may just be his normal body. And so I don't think we should grade him on an injury curve based on that. I think we just need to see what his career looks like. People are going to say, oh, he needs to come down to 250. And what I've always argued is if he comes down to 250, he's like LeBron James or Blake Griffin. But one of the things that makes him so special is his leaping power. Who's to say you drop 30 pounds and he's losing some of his leaping power and some of his strength? At that point, who is he? What's the sacrifice of him losing his weight to his actual gifts? The part of his gift is his size. You know what I'm saying? If you do that away, you may be limiting his ceiling. So maybe that just is the way he has to play. Maybe he's one of those guys in the future who can only play 20 to 25 minutes, which honestly, that's not bad. 20 to 25 minutes is still solid, even for a starter. A lot of centers play that. But, you would just have to pace his minutes out in a way that is beneficial to the team. You know, maybe he plays 16 minutes in total the first three quarters, which is like 5 minutes here, or 5.5 minutes basically a quarter, 5 minutes and 20 seconds a quarter, and then you play him like the final 8 minutes of a game. Which you could do that. Um, it's completely possible. It's not that hard to do, but he could still impact the team. He could still impact winning. Um, but again, that's if he ever went down the path of having massive injury. He looks fine. I gotta say, he looks fine. People were tripping and complaining about it. Karl Malone came and started yapping his big ugly mouth about Zion for no reason when nobody asked him about his opinion. Like, hey, you should be down there playing like 30, 40 minutes a game and that get type of look, some of these old heads get on my goddamn nerves because they act like they know shit just because they did it, like it's the right way all the time. I get it. Respect to your elders and shit, but sometimes motherfuckers don't know shit. you know, but, it is what it is. I don't think his injury uh, is indicative of who he's going to be until we start seeing it. Lonzo is more injury prone than him, and I can't call someone injury prone until they start having continuous injuries. Even though Lonzo, his first 2 years, okay. Last year, no. And that little 3 game missing, I don't count that yet. If he gets another one this year, people are gonna say, okay, well, what about his ankle? He played that game. They basically took him out and said, look, guy, we're not gonna sweat it. We're good. We need you for Friday. We need you for Friday and Saturday. So, I'm not tripping about that. So, as it pertains to Zion, I don't have an issue with his weight. Now, more to the question here, his career and how it's going to pan out. Look, he's putting up Shaquille O'Neal levels of numbers of productivity. Like, the guy's giving you over 20, came in giving you 20 a game and like 6 or 7 rebounds. Look, even if he doesn't score another point worth, his entire career, even if he just plays and gives you like 22, 23 points a game for his entire career, he's a Hall of Famer. Off of that, the number of players that come in to average more than 20 and like 7 is ridiculous. He's not even at his peak yet. We still don't know who he truly will be. And so there's this thing like, okay, what could he be? Could he be a 30 and 10 guy, 30, 10 and 5, which would be like amazing? He's everything. Like, let's be honest, he's everything the Pelicans thought he would be and then some. Yeah, he's got clear weaknesses. What player don't? But, I mean, what can you say? His career trajectory is the limit. Can he shoot the 3 ball? We don't know. He's shooting 70 something percent, I think, this season for free throw, which is pretty good. You hope Lonzo, someone like that, gets up to that level at least. But I mean, let's be clear. He hasn't been hurt. He doesn't seem to be like having issues. Uh, Granted, it's only like what 19 games, 18 games into the season. I don't see the issue. I don't think his weight is going to be a problem. Now, later years, as he starts getting mileage and playoffs, that's when we have to take a look at this and, you know, examine it from that position. Uh, I'm sorry because I think my alarm's about to go off. I'm cooking something, so if it does, I'll have to pause it and come back. Um, but yeah, man, I don't really see how, unless he gets like super seriously injured and he can't jump. At that point, if he can't jump, he's useless. He's got all this strength, but the strength to him is his jumping and leaping ability. He's got transcendent leaping ability, or transcendent athleticism, if you want to just sum it up in general. That and his strength is unreal. He's one of the strongest guys in the league. See, there it is. Hold on. Sorry about that. Um, but yeah, he's got transcendent like leaping ability and strength. Like, grown men can't do anything with him because he's just so big and athletic. Like, Normally, if you're going to have that kind of strength, it takes years in the league to get to that point. He came in with it. He honestly, truly, he doesn't need to get stronger on the upper body. If anything, he really probably don't need to get any physically stronger than he's already been his entire life. He's one of the few players who's like probably physically perfect in that sense, and he just needs to work on technique stuff. Like that's where his growth will come in with his technique. If he gets the jump shot down, the free throw mechanics down, what he needs to do is learn how to operate in the post. Footwork. He's got pretty good footwork already. Like he came in extremely polished, and so as his career is trajecting, he could be a Shaquille O'Neal, or really what he probably more so is a Shaquille O'Neal Charles Barkley hybrid. Um, and those guys got you to the playoffs, and in Shaq's case, won you several rings. Um, so he's on that trajectory, especially if he gets to the point where he can shoot, he can step back from underneath the paint. That's where he's going to get money from, get value from. But you know, like I said, the only problem I would have is if the injuries start coming in his feet and he can't jump anymore. Because at that point, he's 6'6" and he's undersized for his position, and all of his game is under the rim so far. If he gets to the point where he can shoot jump shots and stuff, even if he got injured in his feet, he would still be okay. Um, but he would have to be like a high post player at that point. He's nowhere near that right now. So that's the only issue is if he gets like catastrophic injuries back to back early, that could derail his career or fuck him up. But honestly, I don't have an issue with his size. I think his size benefits him. And I think if you take that stuff away, it limits who he is and who his ceiling is. He was never designed to be this 250-pound guy. That's just not, I think, in his genetic makeup. I think he was just, hey, let me go out here, bang with these guys and just bully people. In the league, people are stronger so they can deal with him better and are more technically savvy. High school, where he played point guard, and college, where he was playing power forward slash center, those guys aren't equipped to deal with him. Taco Fall did the best, but Taco Fall was what, like 7'5", 7'6", somewhere like that. And even still, he struggled. And he was just tall as shit. You got NBA players like Steven Adams, and even Zion is like, yo, Steven is strong. You know, these are grown ass men who have years of in game experience and technique. Even PJ Tucker, who's strong, he's stocky, he was getting pushed back. But you could tell PJ was still trying to give him work. He was still working against Zion, and he wasn't completely cowering, even though you were sitting there like, wow, he's still able to move him like very well for him to be that big. So, you know, that's my thought on that. I hope this answers your question. I hope I address it right. If not, let me know and I can make an additional video or do a better video than this. But hey, that's all I got. Y'all have a good day. Peace.